Hello, Mail Merge Trailblazers. I'm Samantha from The Data Are All Right, and today I'm back with another video about how nonprofits using Salesforce can execute really efficient, visionary merge solutions to help your programs run more smoothly and save you time and leverage this technology investment that you've already made. Today, I'm going to be demonstrating a solution built with Program Management Module. Program Management Module is a free and open source solution that is developed by Salesforce.org and is very useful for running all kinds of programs and really tracking engagement from clients to volunteers to human services to lots courses, camps, lots of other cool stuff. And I'm going to be utilizing an amazing app called Apsona that does way more than mail merge, but today we're going to look at their document generation features. I have created a program in my dev org called Mail Merge Bootcamp. If you're watching this video, consider yourself enrolled. But for the purpose of this example, I'm going to add another contact to the program so you can see how that works. And I meant to click this button up here. So we will add Jaden as a volunteer, and I'll say active. And I'm going to put Jaden in a cohort because I'm going to be using this cohort of just the May participants to generate certificates just for them. So you can see now that we have 4 program engagements tracked in this program. And if we look at this particular cohort, again, all 4 of those people are in this cohort. Today, what I want to show you is how to generate participation certificates for these people. I think this is a wonderful tool, partially because it's a time saver and also because it makes it easier for you to acknowledge the hard work that your clients, volunteers, and all of your constituents may be doing when they engage with you. There's lots of reasons to print certificates. It could be for attendance, it could be for winning a contest, it could be for just acknowledging the amazing role that people in your orbit are contributing to the work of your nonprofit. I have set this up with a tab. I built this tab using a standard lightning record page features. And behind this button, I've used an extension to Apsona. It's free if you already have Apsona. It's a lightning component that allows you to add buttons to pages, and the buttons then execute a merge solution. So I'm going to click here and show you how it works. Click this handy button, proceed, and it is going to smartly download a little zip file that has certificates for all 4 people. So I can just open this up, and we have Abraham's certificate, we have Jaden's certificate, and you can easily just from here, if you were actually printing these using a printer. It's not every day that I use a printer, but I'm sure you can imagine what these devices are used for. You could actually just print these all out in one batch. So now we've taken a relatively cumbersome process of handwriting certificates or using off-platform mail merge certificate to one button and one select all and print, and you have your certificates ready to give or mail. You could also send these out by email, but I'm not prepared to demonstrate that in this video. Let's learn about how to actually build this yourself. So I'm going to go into my Apsona tab, and I built this starting from the program engagement object. So we're gonna start there. Program engagement. I'm just gonna open up these records, and from here I have a merge mail solution. It already exists, so I'm just gonna select this one, participation certificate. I'm gonna click this edit button so I can show you how the screens are set up, and you can follow the same steps when you try this on your own. All right, so I've previously uploaded a template into my docs for this org. It's stored as a Microsoft Word template, although you can also store them in Google Docs. I've asked this to create separate files, one for each record, but you could actually have them print out in one file if you prefer it that way. And I selected a field to use as the file name, and it actually turns out to be the unique ID of the client record, which maybe isn't the most useful, but at this point, I'm not going to change it. You can pick any other field that you want. Program engagement name is probably a better option, so I'll update it. Then we get to match fields. Miraculously, in my template, I only needed to map 2 fields. So I mapped the person's name and the program they were in. In a more complicated merge, you might want to map the name of the instructor or a description of what the program is. You might also only want to merge certificates for people who actually completed the program as opposed to people who were registered for it. These are all parameters that you can set using reports, filters, or matching criteria in Apsona. This in this example, we're going pretty broad. All right, so I'm going to click next. And I'm going to run this. It looks like we're processing this for all 90 program engagements that are on the page. So this might take a little bit longer to run, but that actually wasn't so bad. So we'll open this up and we will see. Okay, we got much better file names, so love that. And if we open this, you can see that the name of the program is different because Erin was in No More Food Deserts Advocacy, and Jaden was in Mail Merge Bootcamp. Last but not least, I want to show you how the document works. So I'm just going to go over to Documents, and I'm going to select my participation certificate template that I already have in Apsona, and I'm just going to download a new copy of it so you can see a nice clean version. And it's super simple. So this is a template that I downloaded from templates.net. I didn't actually create the design of it. You might already have a working design at your org, or you can find all kinds of great examples online. Apsona requires that merge fields be entered using this very specific setup in Microsoft Word. And the way you do that is you go to Insert, and then you find this little tiny button. Depending on your screen resolution, you might not see the button, so you might have to scroll over or do some fancy footwork to find this. But you just insert a field, you select Mail Merge from the categories, and you select Merge Field from the field names, and you give it a name, and you press OK, and then it shows up with these brackets. You can't just type brackets in. It has to be formatted in Microsoft Word as a recognizable merge field from the back end of Microsoft Word, because that's what Apsona looks for when you're on the mapping page and you're taking data from your org and mapping it to appear in that field that you just made in your template. The last step, once you have a template and you have a merge action in Apsona, is to make the button. So for this, you go to Settings and you go to Merge Actions, and you open up the merge action that you just created. In this case, I'm going to open this one. And then there's this nice, really cool button generator. So you don't need to create a button. You can actually run all of your merges directly in Apsona. But I think the buttons are very convenient and they're very useful for your colleagues who are not as familiar with the back end. So just click Make a Button. I always am working in Lightning, and then you have to pick what page the button is going to live on. So I chose Program Cohort. And so this, it kind of shows you using this dot notation how the solution that is expecting program engagements to be passed in is going to be able to interpret the page that you're on and pass it into the solution. So in this case, this is what I chose. You click generate, you get this code. So you just copy and paste it and keep it on your clipboard. And then when you're actually on the page itself, so in this case, I'm using program cohorts as an example. When I'm editing the Lightning record page, you go over here to wherever you put your Apsona Lightning component. So I put it over here in this area, but you could put it anywhere. You put the code in over here. You can give the button any name you want. The default is run merge, but if you're ever going to have more than one merge button, you should probably change that. And then Apsona does all the rest for you. I'm actually going to delete this one because I don't need it anymore. So I'll just hit save. And now you're ready to go. You've seen all the steps. If you are successful at creating this solution, I'd love to see a selfie of you and a certificate that you printed. That would totally make my day. I hope you enjoyed this video and happy merging. Bye.